Hey everyone, Corey from Aquarium Co-op with some superstars with me. We've got Mike from Aquapros. We've got Bob from Big Steenfott Aquatics. It's actually just Steenfott Aquatics, but you guys might already know that. We're going to set the record tonight. We're going to get over 808 people. That was last week. And so I need everyone to be tuning in, asking great questions. I think the first part, we're going to talk about how we can save some money in the hobby, things like that. If you guys have any other questions, we'll work those in as well. We've got Nightbot on the prowl already, so let's keep the ruckus down. And the chat is moderated so that it's maximum one question basically per minute per person, because once you get 800 people throwing questions quick, it goes quick. You guys got anything you want to say before we get started?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
That's blistering silence. So, alrighty. Let's see here. We did not download Hunger Games for Bob yet. We're gonna have to do that. I did tease him all day though about pie. If you guys don't already know, we did a live stream on Bob's channel last night, and then 2 nights ago did it on Mike's channel, which is so you got about 10 hours to catch up on with us. But Bob has a pie phobia, and Mike's got a plecophobia. So that's what we learned in 2 days. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'll eat a pleco pie.
All right. When you're in Peru? Yeah. All right, let's see here. Tessa likes Mike.
Thanks, Tess.
Yeah. Just so you know, Nightbot doesn't like 6 smiley faces. I think the limit is like 5 smiley faces. So, let's see here. So let's start with, what's the one tip you got to save someone money in the hobby?
Mine is save money on substrate, because I think that's a really easy way to do it. Obviously, it depends on what kind of tank you're setting up, but I mean, just avoiding pet store sand is what I've done in the past to save a lot of money. Go to landscaping places, find sand that's chemically inert. That's the only trick, but that can save you a ton.
What do you got, Bob?
I say buy safe instead of prime.
Okay.
Safe.
Okay. For me, I've got that makes your aquarium better. I would say join your local fish club or stock Craigslist like it's going out of style, because you can save a lot of money either buying from other hobbyists in your local club or off of Craigslist, but do it in a safe way. Don't just randomly meet in a parking lot in the middle of the night on a Saturday night. That could be bad.
Have me with you.
Yeah, if you bring Big Steen along, you can go anywhere and get some used aquariums and stuff like that. So, Fresh H2O Tank says, cheapest way to filter a 135. Cheapest way? Sponge filters? What are you guys using?
I mean,
cheapest sponge filter.
Well, but that you would actually use. Like, if you wouldn't use a sponge, then don't say that.
I would use that.
I would too.
I don't know. I would go with like a Sun canister filter, just because I don't like sponges.
Yep.
Get in the way of escapes, but. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good answer. Let's see here. So Brandon Rattan asks, "Am I sending him a sample?" No, I don't send out samples. We can't do that. I get hit up all the time for samples, which brings up a good point. I do have things on sale. There's the Sarah products on sale on the website, 15% off. Everyone that places an order from this point on in the live stream gets a magnet, Aquarium Co-op magnet. So if you want one of those, there's not that many. So like once they're gone, they're kind of gone. I do that. I've done that in the past. And then we also have, not on sale or anything, but we do have all the Fluval bug bites. So we've got these, test them out. I really love the Pleco ones, and you guys have already been starting to order them because they're not easy to get unless you're in Canada. But now we got them in the U.S. Bob, you got some Friday night, right?
I did.
Yeah. So, I like the food. Obviously, I brought it in. I wouldn't bring it if I didn't think it was good. But you haven't used it yet, have you?
No, I'll take some home.
No, you don't get it.
No samples.
Sorry.
No
You heard me. No samples. So, so Iron City said, notice the Fluval food out there. Thoughts? I think the Pleco food is the best. Then the cichlid formula. No. Then the tropical formula. I like this for tetras and guppies a lot. And then the cichlid and goldfish in that order. They're all pretty good though, and fish have been going nuts for them. So. Let's see. Cheapest way to treat figure 8 puffers for parasites. I think that's an easy one. Load up on the salt because of brackish, right? I think loading up on salt. So I'm going to go with that. Mike from Aquapros, are you a big fan of the Sun canister filters?
I am a pretty big fan of them. I mean, I've used more than a few of them, and I haven't had any major problems with them. And for the price, I mean, it's better than, spending 3 times as much. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. How long before you start to worry about aquarium glass seals? If it's a big tank, I worry about them every night. But I think the rule's 10 years.
I do 10 years.
Yeah, that's kind of standard.
What about if the tank is used, and they don't know how old it is? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, obviously, look at the seams, look at the silicone in between the panels that holds it together. But more times than not, it's the inside seals. If there's a bunch of bubbles in it, you're getting a used tank. If they're really cracked, I mean, that's kind of a different part of the question, I think. But, you gotta wing it sometimes.
Let's see here. I've been thinking about peat buffer tank. What are your thoughts on them, and how would you go about setting yours up? I seem like I answer this question all the time. So do you guys have a way you'd set up a peat buffer tank?
If I wanted peat puffers, I'd probably do like a 20-gallon planter tank and get like a dozen of them.
I was gonna say a 20 tall.
Yeah.
Something. A taller tank would be cool, just the way that they move around in the water.
We were this close to setting up a peat buffer tank today. I was
Were you bummed that we didn't pick that?
No, I wasn't bummed.
bummed?
I was just slightly
Okay.
hoping you would, because I kind of want it, but
Yeah.
you'll have to wait for that video to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I bought Pogo Stem and Stellatus Octopus from you, and I'm getting brown spots on it. What do I need to do? Sounds to me like might be hurting on fertilizer or something like that. Well, wait, brown spots on it. So that could just be diatom algae, So maybe autosynclus, something to eat that. It's probably an imbalance between light and nutrients. Let's see. How can someone see when their cichlids pair up? You do a lot of that.
They usually dance and pretty much kill every other cichlid.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll have one fish that's kind of interested, and the other one just flash and look at me the whole time. That's a pretty good indication that they're trying to pair up. And a bonded pair, typically, they won't be fighting each other, but they'll be fighting everyone else in the room, but in the aquarium. So, let's see. How do you scavenge for driftwood? Do you do that?
I don't so much anymore. It can be tough though, because finding good driftwood out in the wilderness is tough. You want to avoid wood that's soft, because that's where you get most of your problems. You get rotting because it's not hard wood, and it can be hard to find if you don't live in an area where you can find it.
And no sap.
So yeah, sap is another thing. I boiled a big piece of something, I don't know, a long time ago, and all the sap came out and stuck to my big brew kettle, which wasn't good.
It doesn't come off, or what?
Once it's on the pan, it's not coming off.
You just throw it away.
It's bad. So, wood's tough though. To find
You collect a lot of your own, right?
I get all my own wood. Yep.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's tight.
Hmm.
So what do you do? I'm curious about that. What do you?
I do nothing.
You do nothing.
You just throw it straight in the aquarium, or what?
If it needs to be waterlogged, I'll throw it in a tank in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, I'll just spray it with some hydrogen peroxide, scrub it off, and put it in the tank.
Yeah.
Nice. I just always buy my wood. I guess I'm lazy and I don't like to do that whole walking thing. I'm kind of against it. So, yeah. So at Aquarium Co-op, why did you decide to change the thumbnails on older videos? Always trying to optimize. An older video, if it's off to the side and it's not getting clicked on a bunch, I mean, the whole reason we make content is so people will watch it. And if we think we could make a better thumbnail to get more people to watch it, it seems like a small tweak we can do to maybe get some more views. And so, don't get me wrong, I've made thumbnails also worse too. So it doesn't always work, but sometimes you just go, well, what if, in this video I talked about Daphnia and I talked about guppies, and I was showing guppies and it wasn't getting any traction, and I changed it to Daphnia and maybe I do gain some traction. But that's the reason, is tweaking and trying to find what's going to work well, and you never know till months later, really. An important statement here. Cesar says he likes pizza. That's fair. I think.
I really like that comment.
Yeah.
I concur.
I agree.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Best food for pea puffers? What do you guys got?
bloodworms, frozen bloodworms.
What do you got? What do you got?
I've never kept them. So.
All right. Well, frozen bloodworms wins because that's what I would have said too. So.
I've never kept them.
Yeah. Browning. Here we go. Browning of Java fern leaves. They get dark and decay away. Nitrates are at 40 ppm, and I don't think lighting is the issue because all of the Java fern looks like this no matter where it's placed. You're a Java fern guy.
That's interesting because like I have the same thing happen to mine. It's all the older leaves that are in the big bunch that don't get any light. And I mean it seems like a natural thing to happen, helps thin out the plant, and so when I see that happening, it's no big deal. But for Java fern, like if you have a plant that just has a few leaves sticking out and that's happening, it's probably I always go to a nitrogen thing when you see yellowing. Just because nitrogen's what the plant's going to need the most of relative to the other things, but that doesn't necessarily always mean it's nitrogen. So I would start with, just find a complete all-in-one fertilizer, start dosing it, see if that helps. If it doesn't, then, you got to kind of go down the list as far as factors go.
Right.
Look at your lighting, maybe. Maybe you have too much lighting. That can also be a problem, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah. Plus, like, sometimes... like depending on people mistake like the little seeds underneath the Java fern leaf is like a problem. That's just a seed in case it was to die and spawn the new Java fern.
Right.
And if you're not dosing like a fertilizer and you just have 40 parts per million nitrate, it could be that you're totally missing like phosphate or iron in the water or some other nutrient, calcium, that it really needs. And even though you've got plenty of nitrogen, it's struggling. So, but maybe you've got that.
I would say phosphate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he said nitrates were at 40 ppm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
40.
So obviously it's not nitrogen.
I'd say phosphates.
My bad. I forgot about that. Probably phosphates.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to know. I mean maybe he's dosing all in one fertilizer or something like that already. It's kind of one of those like, well, it's as much as help we can give in a one-liner type of thing. So, LR Brett's Aquatics says, have you guys been getting a bunch of behind-the-scenes footage for us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
of course,
we've
man.
been filming
Of
a
course.
lot.
Not me.
I think we didn't stop filming last night until about 1.
Yeah, we're filming late.
So yeah, and then we started filming back at the store this morning at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
So we slept. I mean, we had to sleep and shower, and you got to do those kind of things. But
Lucas, I fell asleep again, just like when I was at your place.
oh man, let's see here. Too much cussing to release, Joel says. Oh, we edit that out. Don't worry. Everyone hit that like button. Fish family, yeah, from Dean H. Appreciate it, buddy. We did have tacos earlier today.
We did.
Yeah, and then so we had tacos for like brunch, and then we did Mexican food about 30 minutes ago.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. What have you guys been doing for the collaboration that is more than just these live streams? You guys each want to mention something like will go on your channel or anything like that?
That mean you just got to wait and find out.
All right. Ooh.
We built a tank. We redid a tank. That was one thing. But there's a bunch of stuff.
There's a lot more than just the live stream. There's real videos.
I can't even remember all the stuff that we did because
Yeah.
a lot.
What's the email to submit background videos for Bob's channel?
SteenfottAquatics@gmail.com.
Easy enough. It's his name at gmail.com. Yankee Terrier says, Corey, Yankee Terriers. You should start a prank war between yourselves. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
You don't want to make me angry.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah. Let's see here. $10 super chat from Rebecca. Says, glad to see you guys are back at it again. Well, thank you. Yeah, that pays for a couple of tacos. That's what I'm saying.
It does.
Hopefully,
as long as you're buying.
I'm hoping we can get together again sometime. Lining up schedules is difficult. Like, I remember when we were trying to do dates, it took like 6 different weekends. Like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to
We
work.
were trying to date.
Yeah. It didn't work out, though. So,
Yeah.
we just said, okay, one weekend together, that's it. And, so yeah, let's see here. Here we go. The Fish Life, which is Sam, cool kid I met in California, says, Corey, I'm live streaming with Jimmy, or Jim. I guess it's just Jim. I don't know if it's my Jimmy or not. Next Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific. So check that out. What foods do you feed your ELF 134s? Well, me and Bob both have these. Lately, I've been feeding the Pleco bites because I was testing them out, but you said yours didn't like it.
Mine didn't like them.
Yeah.
But
What do you feed normally?
Tetra colored granules.
For real?
Absolutely.
Wow, okay.
Same with my zebra plecos. They go crazy for it.
All right. I've been feeding frozen bloodworms and what else lately? Frozen brine shrimp and then some rapashi. Yeah, I would ask you, but I don't think you have any. So.
I don't have any plecos.
Yeah.
Deathly afraid of them.
It's true. Do you guys regret having a fish, and if so, why? I'm trying to think if I regret any.
I regret having my mascara barbs.
Okay. All right. What do I regret? Do you regret any fish purchases? I usually get rid of them.
Oh yeah, there's always. I had a bunch of pearl gouramis once.
You don't like them?
I like the way they look, but they didn't do well.
Okay. For me, I feel like I just bring stuff back to the store, so I would say there's stuff that I bring into the store that I wish I wouldn't have. Like a lot of times, like a baby arowana, we spend so much time talking people out of buying it that I'm like, why did I even bring this in? Like this is, employees are going, oh geez, we really want, we would love it if someone walks in like, hey, I got a 180-gallon tank. I would love to put it in the 55, grow it out for a while, upgrade it to the 180, and then I've totally got a bigger tank lined up for it. But usually it starts with, I've got a 20-gallon, and I want this baby arowana, and then they're like, well, what if I go buy a 55 like today, and that's like their big tank, and it's like, oh, you don't get it. Like, that's not enough already. So usually I'm just hating myself for ordering that kind of stuff in. But we did get a super chat from Tyler Duncan for $5. Hey, Corey, looking to get a low-light plant for a 20 long. Can't be high growing since it's only 12 inches tall. Looking for more bushy than height. What do you guys got for that description?
Java fern.
Can't get high.
It won't.
Java fern can get big.
You just cut it.
Well, you could cut it, but you could almost try S. repens. I've grown S. repens in low light and had pretty good success with it. It can get a little leggy, but that is with like a really good substrate. So
what about dwarf Sagittaria?
Oh yeah, of course, dwarf dwarf chain swords. If you cut them.
Let's see here. What would I do? I would do. I'm a sucker, so I would do Cryptlutea. Well, it's gonna be bushy. Hold on, and it can't get tall. I'm gonna say water sprite. You're gonna have to trim it all the time, but it's gonna be bushy. I'm gonna go with water sprite. You can grow that. Let's see. Flip Aquatics had taco on a stream. How come I don't see any here? Well,
here's a taco.
I used up a lot of taco hats and taco props yesterday. So if you go to Bob Steenfott Aquatics, you can see taco shenanigans for days. And I didn't want to, I don't want to bring out the taco gun more than one day in a row. There's taco Corey, and then there's like Indian food Corey, and then there's live stream Corey. And today it's live stream Corey. So. We got a super chat from Steenfott Aquatics for $5 that says, Bob is so cool.
Oh, well, thanks, Steenfott.
I concur.
what an interesting guy.
I wish I was awesome enough to have done that to myself. Dang it. Why didn't I do that last time? I missed my opportunity. And then when I do it, it's not going to be nearly as funny. Dang it.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's getting all the laughs. I mean, that's why we kept him around the whole weekend. He was just bringing...
I haven't filmed anything. I just make stupid comments.
He just makes us laugh the whole time. Where's Dorcula? She's still at work. I think she just got off like 20 minutes ago, so she's probably on the way. So, what is the money thing in the chat? Basically, you can say Bob is awesome for $5, and then we get $5, and your comment goes to the top and cuts in line. And it's a good way if you really had like a sick fish or a really important question to make sure we get to it. If I don't get to it, you can always send us an email at store@aquariumcoop.com. Leave a comment down below, that type of thing. But sometimes time is money, and you can, do things like that. But on Bob's channel, he's way cooler than I am, and all his money goes to Tanks for Teachers. And then Mike is so awesome, he doesn't even have Super Chat yet. So,
don't even have it.
Yeah. It was his first time ever live streaming on Friday. This is his third one ever. You're doing rapid fire.
I'm working on it, guys.
Yeah. So, starting a 55-gallon discus tank, what would you say are good tank mates? You give one, I'll give one. I don't know. Do you know?
Cardinal Tetras.
All right.
I'm going with Rams.
All right. Then that leaves me with stir-by Corridoras. Boom. There's 3 ideas right off the bat. Who makes my sumps? For me, it would be Clear Fabricators Inc., which is a local tank manufacturer. Have you ever made a sump? Either you two? You made one?
I
No?
made a sump one time.
And was it a disaster or was it fine?
I mean, it worked, but it was just a 10-gallon sump.
Sure.
Standard stuff.
Let's see. How are the baby turtles? We've got 2 still. I mean, it depends on whose channel you've been watching. Like, I think you broke turtle number 2 on your channel, and
I broke turtle number 1.
yeah, but didn't you get turtle number 2 also, or did you get turtle number 2? I don't know who's got turtle number 2. I didn't break it out yet. But we got 2 baby turtles. I've been watching those turtles like a hawk to make sure that I get to find one of these things hatching. My wife's been checking. She hasn't found any more. But we did find some more eggs this weekend.
Yeah, a couple
Some
more.
today, actually,
Yep,
which
2
is
today.
it's getting out of control. We got a super chat from Dean H., one of the mods. Thank you, buddy. Thank you to all the mods that are helping. $10. Oh, you got to read this one. This
Smash
is
that notification bell, guys.
Yeah.
Smash it. Hashtag FishFam.
That's right. Which is a little notification button down by the subscribe button that lets you get a notification on your phone or email that says like we're going live or we just uploaded a video. And if you do that to all the channels, you'll get to see all the coolest people all the time. So make sure you do that. Dang, Bob's still getting love for his own super chat. Like, that thing is legendary.
Bob, you are loved, man.
Someone wanted to send you something from Hawaii, and I wanted to get on it.
Oh, where
Brooke,
was it?
Brooke, right there.
Where is it? Brooke. I want to send y'all a care package. Living in Hawaii, I know you like garlic macadamia nuts. Oh, I do. My wife, by the way, just so you know, she hates it because I get garlic macadamia nut breath, and she says the whole house smells like it, and I don't care. So what else do you want? I'm also a huge fan of chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. What do you like?
I want garlic macadamia nuts.
We need like a metric ton of garlic macadamia nuts. And if you don't want to send a metric ton, let me know and I'll send money your way to help send a metric ton. What do you like?
All of that stuff will put me into anaphylaxis shock.
Are you not a nut guy? Oh, man.
Yeah, unfortunately. So anything without nuts would be great.
Like one time
Like
from
chocolate.
Hawaii, I got like a pineapple syrup, and there's.
Yeah.
I've still got to make it, and I feel bad. I remember it's Honolulu Tita. We haven't made the chocolate chip pancakes yet. I'm jonesing for it, but yeah, if you send stuff to Aquarium Co-op, like the actual store, when they, well, I'm hoping they're gonna be around when we install the big tank. We'll partake in so many garlic nuts that you'll see it on camera from my breath.
Gross.
Yeah, it'll be a horrible thing for anyone but us. So, I mean, but me,
Yeah.
because it'll be horrible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat
Just-
so many
just send
garlic
me a-
nuts that
just
you're
send me
gonna
a
go into
pineapple.
shock. You're gonna go into shock from my breath.
Just send me a pineapple.
All right, we got another super chat. Steve-O's Aquatics. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, man.
Well, thank you.
You're awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And we got another one. $5 from Bedlamkin. How much to feed 500 Daphnia magna in an opaque 5-gallon bucket? Any measure per gallon. Sorry about those Seahawks losing Rashawn. What do you got to say about that?
Oh, he was gone last year, and he was never coming back.
All right. So, for me, like, I'm kind of a Daphnia guy. In fact, we shot a video on Daphnia today. That'll be coming on his channel. But I would use, like, spirulina. Some people also mix in paprika. Some people use brewer's yeast also. Maybe mix it all up. You get it fully suspended in the water, and you really got to blend that to do that. And then you want to put it in the bucket slowly. But you want to use something like a measuring stick. Like a paint stirrer stick from like Home Depot or something, and you put a mark on it. And the goal is you put it like a foot into the bucket, so you'd want to usually look at it from the front, but you'd be trying to look at it from downward. And you want to measure the clarity of the water each day. And usually the way you do it is you put enough in so you can't see the mark at about a foot into it, or 6 inches into it. And then when you can see it again, then you know, oh, I need to dose more food. And that's the way you do it, because it's really hard to measure how fast they're consuming it any other way. At least that's what all the scientific studies and stuff recommend. And I don't do it that way, though, because I'm lazy. And like, I'm a guy like, oh, I forgot to feed him for 4 days. And then I go feed him for 3 days in a row, and I kill them all. So I'm trying to use green water, nature, and leaves. That's what my latest thing is. So how many likes and stuff are we up to? I can't even find the video. I'm lost. Help. We're up to 292 likes, 2 downvotes. Hey, even if you don't like it, give it the thumbs down. That counts for participation points, and that's awesome. 682 watching, 679. you know, I know, well, I can't know, but all of you know someone else in this world. If you all just made them watch this, we would be double overnight. So, get to it, please. Let's see here. Hashtag notification squad. How far is the co-op from Kirkland? What do you got on that?
I don't even know where Kirkland
25
is.
minutes?
Yeah, probably 20
Yeah,
minutes.
25 minutes, I guess.
Not so far away that you shouldn't go. How about that? Like, it's close
Alright,
enough you should
alright.
be going there.
Would you say black neon tetras prefer to stay near the middle or top of the water column? I'm thinking about getting a large school in the 75. I think that's accurate.
Yeah, mine stay in the middle and the top.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
And I've got like 25 of them.
I have
so.
one.
And what does he do? Hide for life?
He hangs out more at the top. Yeah.
All right. You know. Oh, man.
He's all over the place.
Best food for turquoise rainbows?
Live food. Definitely live
Mosquito
food.
larva.
Yep,
Do
live
it. Let's see here. We got the bomb fish keeping and aquascaping. Yo, what's up? Fish Lives Matter. Hi, DIY Aquapros. Love you all. Getting some love, man.
Love you too, dude.
Let's see. Corey, your streams are awesome. Well, good. Everyone participating makes it awesome. I love when we get on a tangent and I get to rib Bob for the next 6 years about not eating pie. It's legit. Like, off camera, I was like, okay, give up the act. He literally has never had pie.
Nope.
That...
I will get my mom on camera to verify.
I want to see that video. I want to is Big Steen mom like twice as big as Big Steen?
No, she's about a quarter of my size.
Oh. Well, that's a letdown. Oh, here we go. All right. Yeah, we're hitting the super chats. Corsi, I can't talk anymore. Corey also loves pancakes and waffles. I do not love those, and you know that. You're taunting me. Why does Bob look like he's in timeout?
Because he is.
Yeah.
Because he is.
Okay, I need like a dunce cap, like wink. Clay Hodges says, Corey, have you tried the clam chowder I sent to you? This is gonna seem like a lie, but it's legit. You guys can attest. My house is still all torn up apart, and they're working on it yesterday, right? They were doing electrical work. Like, I still don't eat. I'm still sleeping on the couch. No joke. So.
What does that do with clam chowder?
Because I can't make it.
Oh.
He's got this canned clam chowder. He's sent me like 3 or 4 cans, and I'm dying to try it. Except,
I think you need to send me home with a can. And I'll try it.
All right, that's fair. I can. But if it's really good, I'm gonna ask where to get it. Cause
I'm gonna say it's terrible, and you should give me the rest.
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm not giving you the rest without trying it. Heck no.
Well, I'm going in timeout again.
Yeah, back to the timeout. I'm tired of your sass. No, but I do want to try it, Clay, and I will definitely let you know for sure. Because did I not have? I had salmon chowder Friday night.
You did.
I did. I love it. I love it. We got another super chat from LR Brett's Aquatics. I love lamp.
He does.
I was like, the lamp? Where?
He loves lamp.
He loves lamp.
Let's see. Stacy Tate says, I'm an ENT. Eat the nuts. I got you.
Oh,
He's got your back.
you got an EpiPen.
Yeah.
In throwing distance.
There we go. I've got a.
My goal is to sneak you some nuts now.
That's right. Those nuts are the only good thing that came from Australia.
Hey,
says.
okay, here we go. I'll eat pie if you eat nuts.
There we go. I'll eat a live blackworm if you two do that.
No, not one. That's nothing.
Okay, then you do it.
You have to eat.
I'd rather eat a live blackworm.
These aren't bananas. These are vinegar eels.
No, same thing.
I got a video I got to make. I got vinegar eels. You guys asked for it. I'm going to do it. Let's see here. Why do guppy aquarium kits always seem to come with filters that maim the guppy tails? I think it's because they just put ridiculous pictures on. Like, you know, when you see the 3-gallon aquarium and it's got a picture of like koi and goldfish and angels and, you know, like a freshwater tarpon shark. Like, I think it's just because it's like, oh, those are pretty things I can keep. And then the reality hits when they just kill them. So I think that's, you know, guppies look cool and people want to keep guppies. I mean, you guys are on the train, right? Guppies for life, right? We're getting the guppy tattoos. We talked about that.
On above our ankles.
Yeah, yeah. Peanut dust. Okay. Pineapple pen. I like that. I see where you're going with that.
Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
That's right. Where's the jug, Big Steen?
It's in my car. It's empty.
He went little jug. Yeah. Did I ever get your email about the red Delta guppies? What do I think? I have no idea, Anonymous. I probably answered 35 emails about guppies in the last 2 days. No joke. Like, so many people asked me about guppies. I don't know if I specifically answered yours.
You specifically told him to email you a video of his guppies on my live stream last night.
All right. Then did I not get it then?
I don't know.
I don't remember watching a video about guppies today. So, yeah. Let's see here. Please do a video on... Oh, no. I lost it. It's gone. Sorry. I'm bad. And I feel bad. Let's see here. Can fish eat tacos? I can eat fish tacos.
I bet some fish could. Absolutely.
I bet you that's true. Like, you get a catfish, it would devour one. In fact, I feel like I need to be doing that. Like, I need to have something that will legit eat a taco. I mean, yeah. Sergeant Tank, he's up above us, but he's got a rad shirt done by Lamont. Says, keep up the awesome work, each one of you. I concur. Thanks, you, buddy.
bud.
Let me make sure I didn't miss any other super chats, because I feel bad when that happens. We're up to date. We're okay. Ooh, drinking chocolate milk in honor of Corey. Do you guys like chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
You-
Okay.
You,
I just,
Last
you know, I
time
can't
was
not like chocolate.
Last time I was on your stream, it was presented to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well, I
don't
just,
see
you
it
know, I
today.
didn't run you through the cool kid test,
We're-
and I never ran you through it because apparently you won't eat pie. You won't eat anything that tastes good in this world besides chocolate milk.
I eat
You don't even
brisket.
like biscuits and gravy. I heard that, and I'm choosing.
I didn't
to...
say I don't like it. I just said it's not a real breakfast food.
All right, I can live with that. I can live with that. All right.
It's bread and gravy. How's that? You eat that for dinner.
So
like,
delicious,
you eat that
so
for
good.
turkey.
All right.
That for turkey.
Pine Tree Looms says, Corey and Big Steen, how did you guys meet? I think that's your story. You get asked that question all the time.
Wait, who?
Pine Tree Looms. Me and you, how did we meet?
By going, I went to your store.
Yep.
And I went again and again.
And from there, it was love
And
at first sight.
Yep.
We need to get Jimmy. I need to film a little clip like that, and he's got to put like some real like movie love at first sight music. I think that'll be hilarious.
Like a flashback to when
Yeah.
you guys met.
Exactly.
For the first time.
Yes. Yes.
Makes Shave Steen's beard.
All right. Yeah, his beard wasn't as long then, and like, yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see. I'm getting sidetracked. You couldn't tell. Yeah. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on keeping cherry shrimp in outdoor tubs over the summer? I am down, and I plan on doing it. What do you guys think?
I want to. I'd
Did
try
do
it.
I'll
I'd
do
try
it. I'll do it if you do it.
All right, now it's on.
If you do it, I'll do it. Whatever.
Here's one from Mike. The Tightly says, Mike, I was wondering where you live and how many miles did you drive to hang out with these crazy guys?
I live
many.
in yeah, too many. I wish I lived next door because the filming opportunities here are crazy. So that's all I'll say on that.
But how long did you have to drive, or whatever?
Very very long, almost like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
And he's gonna drive home after this live stream, so he's not gonna get home till wicked late. But you know, he wanted to be on the stream. Uh-oh, this one's gonna get me into trouble. Who do you love more, Murphy or your wife? I mean,
keep your voice down. Keep your voice down.
Yeah, she's
not
gonna
here.
find out. People will tattle on me, but I feel like I could go either way. Not that I just think that I could say I love Murphy that much, and my wife would understand. She's that amazing, you know. But I do love my wife a lot, and
But,
Murphy is really amazing, and he would understand. So
You did rate Murphy a 5 out of 10. I'm just saying.
I did rate a 5 out of 10 because Hank was like an 11 out of 10, and I haven't spent as much time with Murphy to
So how
really...
long have you had Murphy?
18 months.
And you've been with your wife for 11 years?
No, like 13 years.
So 11 months, he's now as good as your wife?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You guys, neither of you are married, so how
Makes
it goes is like you get your girlfriend, fiance, whatever, and she's like 100 out of 10, right? And then like each year it's like 99, 98, you know, and then 13 years later they're the same status level as a puffer that's this big.
You're getting too real, man. You're getting too real right now.
Oh man.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Oh no. Nestle's strawberry quick in the metal can. No, that's all my employees are all about strawberry milk. What are you guys on that?
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
like strawberry milk.
No.
Never.
Nope. We can all agree.
And I've never even had it, and I already know no.
Whatever.
How do you know a puffer is parasite free, or you just keep deworming? I just deworm a ton, and then try to assume, because I'm not really doing. I mean, I should do fecal smears and stuff like that to really know, but I've never done that. I probably should pay someone to do that for me, because I don't have the microscope. Have you ever done fecal smears?
I got a
He's a
microscope.
microbiologist.
Yeah, but
I'm
if
a
you-
microbiologist.
I know you're a microbiologist.
You can send me the poop.
Send him
Fecal
home with some
smear?
poop today.
I don't know, maybe in a class or
So
something.
if you get a package from Aquarium Co-op, just know
It's gonna be
puffer
puffer
poop.
poop.
Yep, I like that. That's your new way in life.
Sweet,
You just
sweet.
analyze fish poop.
I could look for that. Yeah.
Let's see here. What's your take on the amount of environmental stimulus a fish needs? Some people have heavily planted, decorated tanks, and others have bare bottoms. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, what do you think is... Let me do this. In your personal opinion, with the way you keep fish, where do you find what a fish needs? Like...
Yeah, I mean, obviously a fish can do fine without anything in the tank to an extent. I mean, honestly, but I mean, for me, it's like I like to give my fish plants and things to hide in. I mean, obviously, some species of fish, need that kind of environment, but it goes both ways. Like the fish like it, I like to think, and I like to provide that for them, and I like to look at the things that I put in the tank. So.
And what do you got?
Obviously, I mean, people breed them with fully aquascape tanks, and they breed them with sponge filters
Yeah.
at their bottom.
Yeah.
So it's
So for me,
don't think it's that
then,
important.
for me, I actually take the question different. I think it's like if I'm not interacting with a fish on almost a daily basis. When I say interacting, I'm like, let's say playing with it, feeding it, really looking at it, that type of thing. That's when I think it's not getting enough stimulus. Not but when the fish, like, I really want it to interact, and sometimes it's got to interact with other stuff, like a laser pointer, that type of thing, and especially the bigger, like the puffers and stuff like that, they really, kind of want to run around the tank, that type of thing, and so that's what I take it as, and even if it's a bare bottom tank, you can still really interact with a fish, and so that's my take on it. So there you got 3 different takes on it, and so yeah, we got a super chat from Jacob Weaver. What made you start keeping fish? For me, my buddy had a 72-gallon bowfront tank that was planted with a ton of Anubias and Java Fern, and it looked awesome, and I was super bored of playing WoW, and we were just hanging out at his house, and after a few times hanging out at his house, I asked him how much work it was, and he said barely any, because the plants help basically take care of the tank itself, and from there, he helped me get in, and I've been hooked ever since. What do you guys got for your fish keeping stories?
I got into reptiles really young, and I just was around fish from going to get reptiles all the time. But I eventually moved over and got some fish. And
Sweet. Yeah,
it's been back and forth my whole life.
Yeah, I had a couple of fish tanks when I was younger, but then when I went to college, I had a couple years where I didn't have any tanks, and then there was a guy that was living in the fraternity with me who was like, I'm going to get this huge fish tank. Turned out to be like a weird dimension 30-something gallon tank, right? Not very big. But he got it, and that sort of got me back into it. And since I was learning, all the science stuff, I was like, hey, there's actually a lot of this stuff that kind of applies to aquariums. That really got me back into it.
So we got a super chat from Amy Matz. Says, would it be okay to keep 2 mini musk turtles in a 55-gallon tank? Also, if I only wanted one gender, would it be better to go with female or males? I don't know. I don't know that I'm well versed enough. I've only ever kept them in a group, so I don't know how just 2 males or just 2 females. I don't think a male and a female is the best mix, but I feel like 2 of anything is bad. Like I'd go to 3, like 1 or 3.
Yeah, I think they'd do just fine.
Yeah.
At 55 gallon.
I mean, you're more reptile guy than I am. So we got LG3 Nation with the super chat.
Ooh.
$10. Whoa!
Ayo.
Brand new tank months ago, and after it cycles, Rasboras and Corey's added, a baby appeared. It turned out to be a male guppy. Has anything like this ever happened to you? No guppies in the tank. Any ideas?
It's happened to me quite a few times. It's not with guppies, but for some reason, endlers. Like I've had lots of endlers just come in through.
Do you even have
plants
endlers
or-
in your house?
I have one endler because he came in. Like
Huh.
I bought I bought some quarries, and when I was getting them in the tank, I was like, "There's a little Endler in there."
Yeah, I've definitely had that where you go and buy plants from your local fish store, you bring them in, and then a couple weeks later you see a fry swimming around, just come in as eggs on the plants.
Yeah, and I gave away a bunch of plants to someone local, and a month later they said, "Hey, there's a bunch of rainbows in my tank." I was like, "You better give those back."
You better pay me more.
Yeah, so for me, like, there's one lemon tetra in Murphy's tank, and it's because it hatched out on a plant. And so it is what it is. And it's impossible to catch out of there. Like, literally impossible. So, yeah, that's I've had it happen for sure. And we had a whole thing on Facebook going on a mystery fish, and I don't know if we even identified it. I don't know what the deal is with that right now. And I know someone's been asking this question for a while. How often would you feed mosquito larvae? Like, not like if you're trying to, like, raise them, but, like, feed them to fish.
Oh, I don't know. That last year was the first time I've ever done it, and I did it like every day.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I am too. Like
when I did it 2 summers ago, I fed as much as I could, as
that's,
often as I could.
I run out of mosquito larvae before I run out of hungry mouse. For
Rainbows
me,
love it.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is for Mike. All right, I am a current biology major. Any advice for in school and then once I'm out, like things you wish you had known?
Yeah, like biology, science in general is kind of tough. Like, there's not a lot of internships and opportunities like that engineers get, because if you get an internship while you're in school, you got a really good lead on a job right when you get out. And so I guess my advice would be to work really hard to try and get a science type internship. There's not a ton of them, but just work really hard to do that, or do something for free for a summer, like volunteer at a hospital or something if that's kind of in your realm. And then when you get out, just apply for as many jobs as possible, like everybody else,
What's a good red nanofish? Ember tetras seem more translucent.
My Ember tetras are pretty dang red.
Yeah, me too. But maybe they just got like a lesser bred strain. I'm gonna go with Brigite rasbora, the chili rasbora, for nanofish.
I mean, nanofish.
Is
I'm a big fan
bar?
of cherry bars,
Yeah.
but is that quite a nanofish?
Not
like,
super nano.
mine
no.
are nano because they're babies, but.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. How do you tell if an orange platy is pregnant?
I've never kept one.
Basically, they kind of
They're
just
fat.
box out. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep.
They look
Exactly.
Like
Yep. So yeah, they get kind of boxy,
It's
stuff
a very
like that.
scientific answer.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby says, do you guys have planted tanks with no CO2? If so, do they do okay? And how do you supplement the plants?
I try and keep all my tanks with CO2 because it's literally like the magic elixir of growing plants fast. But even if, like right now on my 72, because I'm getting ready to take it down, I turn the CO2 off, and I don't supplement it like with ferts or anything because I'm not adding any carbon. So, I mean, you can always add like low doses of fertilizers to tanks that don't have CO2, but typically you might not need to do anything.
What about you?
I probably have, 15, 20 planted tanks, maybe more, and only one has pressurized CO2.
Yeah, I'm in that.
And I don't really dose liquid CO2.
I'm in that same realm. Like, the only CO2 I run are on the tanks that we're actually selling plants out of. Otherwise, everything else, like Murphy's tank, there's no CO2 at all, and we fertilize. Like you gotta provide nutrients, but CO2 it makes everything grow too fast. Like if you watch the wife's tank, that wisteria went just insane out of control, and that's a lot of work for me. So I try to keep it slow. Yeah.
If I only had 2-3 tanks, or maybe 6 or under, I would probably do pressurized CO2 on all of them.
So Racing Natural Aquariums, which has a YouTube channel, if you don't know already, check it out. 770 people watching. Hit that like button. That is true. We're only 38 grandmothers or grandfathers. I'm roping in grandfathers at this point. I'm getting a little desperate. We're actually 39 away because we need one more to break that record. So, it's time to get the family together. Little family time with the Fish Fam.
Everybody go get your iPad.
That's right. Let's we're probably making like iPads and stuff. Like we're
Hey,
making
I'm
them
on it on
so
my
much
phone, I'm
money.
just saying.
Yeah, like oh, let me dial it in. Woo. I bought black worms from my local fish store, and he said to put them in my planted dirted tank for pea puffers. That was a mistake.
Was that a mistake?
Was that a mistake? There is a lot of small debris all over my gravel. I don't know if it's a mistake, but you wouldn't want to do it like corridors. They'll for sure dig and get them. You know, they're gonna burrow down. But that's why in a dirted tank, I only like a quarter inch of dirt. I know you're like Mr. Dirt. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, as far as dirt,
Well, like how deep, and then do you think the blackworm's good idea, bad idea?
I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think a lot of people think that it's easy to mess up using soil in your aquarium, but I'm on the opposite side of that. Like I think it's a lot easier than people sort of think that it might be. As far as like how much you should have and stuff, like people freak out about anaerobic zones and stuff, but I've done 6 inches of soil and not had problems with that at all. So I mean, I think it's kind of overthought a little bit.
Would it be safe to put my razorback musk turtle in with a few African dwarf frogs and a 20 long? I think those frogs are either going to get just straight up eaten or lose limbs.
Yeah.
Like
Sounds like a massacre to me.
I mean, maybe it works, and maybe someone's like, oh yeah, it totally works, but I feel like, whoa, that does not seem like it's going to work. So I would be very, very careful, or if you can, just avoid that. Like usually when you're pairing turtles up, something that swims quick. And frogs, they swim as fast as Corey swims, which is not quick. We got another super chat from Chris Bell. If we have an earthquake, how much trouble are we in for those of us with a standard tank and stand? Any bracing that we can do for a 30-gallon and larger tank? What do you guys got on that?
You can go on Amazon and they have the furniture straps and that you attach it to the wall.
That's a good advice.
Specifically for that reason.
That's tough. I don't really have anything else to add to that.
They're cheap too.
I can add a little bit. I've worked with some aquariums that have been that way, and a lot of times I roll into the house and they have the stand attached, but they don't realize that the tank's just going to walk off it. You got to strap the tank too.
Yep.
Yeah, and realize it's a little bit problematic because a lot of times we've got our tanks off the wall, right? Well, they're going to walk a bit, and if they can't go forward, they might be able to go backwards. You might crush a hang-on back, or they could walk off the stand. It's still way better option than having nothing, but just know that it's not like, oh, I put 2 straps on, my house will survive an earthquake now. Like we can improve it though. Bedlamkin, can a tank cycled on higher fishless bioload than a bioload with fish run only an air pump, trying to go all natural? So I guess what you're trying to say is cycling a tank with like ammonia and then going to a bioload with fish and only use air and no filtration. I mean, if you got live plants, you can do it. I feel. Well,
I got nothing for
even no, that makes sense. If it can handle a bunch of ammonia, the tank can handle fish ammonia.
Yeah, because if you do a fishless cycle and it goes through, and then you add the fish, it depends on how much ammonia you add to the tank when you do the fishless cycle. But typically, you're adding like 6 ppm's ammonia, and you watch that go down. You watch nitrite go down. Then by the time, unless you add like a ton of fish and you feed them a ton right away, you should be totally fine. Yeah, I was focusing on that air part, no filter, instead of like the question and answer itself at the beginning. Going, if it can handle it, it can handle it. Here's one from Mike. This is an important one. Okay, you ready for this? All right, yeah, I think I'm ready.
Can Mike admit that chem majors are superior?
Absolutely not. Well, a chemistry major is really hard. It's more specialized, I guess, at least what I saw. So. Yeah, it is harder. You have to take more math. So,
do you guys, either of you, buy any fish online?
I don't.
I have.
And so someone's asking, where do you buy fish online?
Aquabid.
That's me too. I'm on the lookout for other hobbyists. There's breeding and selling. So, besides, I buy from Aquarium Co-op, but I buy from wholesalers and stuff like that. But I like to seek out other hobbyists. One, it supports them, but two, they usually have better fish, I find. Where did I get my microworms from? I ordered them on Aquabid. Strangely enough, yeah, just order them up. That's where I got this this vinegar eel culture that I'm gonna play with, and I buy them from this other hobbyist. I'm gonna sneeze, so I'm gonna line up a. Didn't even get the chance to line up the question. Woo. Corey, am I still in love with the paint color I chose for the studio? Yeah, I love it. Is there like something crazy going on in the video that we don't know about or something, and it's not auto correcting our color? I don't know. It looks fine to me. What is the best way to set up an ecosystem tank? I think just live plants and balancing it around that.
Yeah, if that's what their ecosystem tank, I guess, could be a lot of things.
I mean, it could be. Yeah. You could be doing it with like algae and stuff as well, and maybe a deep sand bed. I mean, there's ways, but I think plants are the easiest and the most eye pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to make a general kind of self-sustaining ecosystem, just go with plants.
Jankobus Muro says, how many Colombian zebra plecos is minimum to start a colony, and is there anything special to start it? Thank you ahead, Corey, Bob, and Mike.
Thank you.
$5. You want to touch in on that?
I go with, when I'm buying a colony to try to breed, I go with 6. Because,
me too.
I would go more, but they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, I think 6 is a good starting point. I think the math is at 6, you have a 92% chance of getting both male and female. So yeah, that's that. But anything special to start it? Not really. I think just having a lot of frozen foods, or at least that's what I would want, and Repashy food, and keeping them pretty warm. I'd probably keep them at 84 or so. But that's just me. If you hear any crazy sounds going on, I've got my sink is finally getting plumbed in, and they're like, I want that water to be plumbed in so bad. It was happening no matter what. So I apologize if there's some sound in the background. But another question for Mike. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
When are you going to reveal the fish in the new tank?
Well, hopefully,
right now.
Right now? Oh man, should I? Hopefully by the end of this week, once I edit all the stuff that we did this weekend.
When do I just need to pay attention to your channel?
That's right.
I don't know.
Am I ever going to sell puffers like Murphy? Typically, I always have at least one Maboo puffer in my store. I don't at the moment because we just sold one about 5 days ago. But would you not agree I pretty much always have a Maboo puffer around?
Yeah.
How big?
The one that sold about 4 or 5 days ago is about this big. Yeah. Because I think most people should learn on a small one before they're like, okay, I got a big thing, and it's like they have no idea the bio load and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, and no one really sells big puffers. So
I got a question for you regarding that they might appreciate. When you get a small one like that, what do you can't feed it the shells, the clams?
Yeah, so you need a lot of snails.
You just need that
but
makes
part
sense.
of it, part of it, because their teeth are so small and they're gonna grow. Their teeth can grow and their body grows, so it's not as much of a problem. It's when their growth starts stalling out and they're, like their teeth are already adult size, that's really a problem to keep them filed down. So at the beginning, if their teeth are only this big, but as they grow, their teeth are going to be that big normally anyway. It's not as important, but you really want to get them trained to eat shelled foods and make sure you have a renewable source before you're just like, uh-oh, I've got this puffer and his teeth are getting too big. What do I do now? Mm-hmm. And he won't eat snails. He's never ate crunchy stuff before. He only wants frozen bloodworms. So you got to train him from the beginning. So, we'll hit all these. Any plans for dipping your feet into saltwater fish keeping? What about you?
Not for a while.
All right.
Bob? I feel like I would want to do like a massive tank. Like just go for it. Can't do that right now.
Yeah, like a 25-gallon or so.
Yeah, like at least a 40 breeder.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean I did it like a year and a half ago ish, and I'll do it again eventually.
Okay. I'm flirting with it. I liked the way that guy in the last video, if you haven't watched that, by the way, Larry Brown's fish room tour. I liked the way that he kept salt, which was his own way. Like, he wasn't following internet trends. He just was like, oh, I'm going to try these things, and it's cool. Like, that was intriguing to me of like, oh, man, there's a combination of stuff I haven't tried. Let me just try it. That sounds super fun. But I haven't set up anything yet, and there is a tank that is either going to go to Bob, or it goes inside of my house, or it becomes a saltwater tank. And so there's about a 33% chance that it becomes a saltwater tank.
If it's coming to my house, it's a 100% chance.
You'll make it saltwater for sure?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. Wait. What are the odds it's actually going to get into your house? It's not just going to sit in the garage, is it?
That's part of my house.
All right. See, you're
it
going to
would
put
be
like
in my
you're going to
house.
put like a bucket of salt in it and be like, "See? Told you."
Lynn's asked that question a few times.
What's
On
that?
top.
Here we go. Would blue-eyed fork rainbow tails, so that's the frittata rainbow as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
and guppies get along in a 75? I think in a 75 you can pull it off. I
Yeah.
think smaller you're going to run into trouble.
The fricattas are going to be pretty nippy.
Yeah, but in a big tank, well planted, I think there's a reasonable chance. I'm not saying it's, you might have like 60 it works, 40 it doesn't, but I'm dumb enough to try it. I'll admit it. Yeah, I would try it. And I just have a backup plan. Bob, have you ever kept leopard geckos?
I have not. Nope. That's the one gecko that I never really got into.
All right. What about you?
Say that again.
Have you ever kept leopard geckos, or have you ever kept a reptile?
When I was in grade school, we did anole lizards in class, and I begged my mom to take a couple of them home.
And
So
did you?
I did,
Yeah.
and we had them, and I'm trying to remember what they were in. Like they were in like a 10-gallon aquarium or something like that. But we gave them away. Long story short.
Now, did you actually give them away, or did your mom say that you gave them away?
Did they go visit the farm? Did they go live in a better place?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Any number of things could have happened.
All right. Jordan's Aquariums says, Mike, what was your master's thesis about,
Ooh.
and were you able to get it published?
So my master's thesis was about nitrifying bacteria. So to sum it up, I worked with some professors that study nitrifying organisms. One of them was more towards soil, because it's a really important agricultural thing, nitrification is in general. But the guy that I specifically worked with, we worked with the organisms that are important in wastewater treatment. So my thesis was centered around the effects of oxygen limitation on the activity of two organisms, an ammonia oxidizer and a nitrite oxidizer, and sort of what happened to their genes as a result of limiting the amount of oxygen they have, because oxygen is a limiting factor in the process of ammonia and nitrite oxidation. So, that was my thesis, and that work specifically wasn't published, but I was able to get published on a different piece of work that the lab was working on. So, yeah.
I feel like I just got overshadowed hard. That sounded crazy technical and awesome at the same time.
It was a long 2 years. I'm glad it's over.
Was it enjoyable at all, or was it just like such a grind?
It was, it was a grind, but it was like, it's just like anything you set a goal to and you accomplish.
Are you going to get a doctorate?
No.
You
No.
don't want to be called doctor?
I couldn't do 4 more years of school.
Dr.
man.
Aquapros?
Oh,
no.
man.
Oh no, that's too much.
Inquisitive Fish Guy's in the house, hanging out. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out if you haven't already. African Cichlid Focus. All right, what do we got? What do we got here?
Dr. Bob.
Hey, Corey, I have a colony of blue Rilly shrimp. I just ordered some blue velvet shrimp. Can I house them together? Yes, but your line might merge, and it might be harder to keep them either really or not really. But Rillies kind of have that problem anyway. But we'll take a vote. Would you keep them separate or keep them together?
Well, the question was, can they house them together? Yes. Would
Yeah.
I? No.
Yeah, what do you got? You keeping the lines separate or you put them together? You look like a put them together type of guy.
I'm just kind of like, I go for it.
Yeah.
So
I would keep them separate till I got bored, and then I would put them all together.
I would keep them separate because it would drive me nuts knowing that, like, I don't know, like, I would keep them separate, yeah. Where did I get my blue Silverado endlers? I think I bought them from a competitor store like years ago, and I just kept them going. I think, yeah. So, I mean, I've got only a few, but I used to sell a ton of them at the store, and then I kind of moved the tank and did stuff, and they're starting to be on the rebound, but I'm about to take some plants out, because you wanted some of that plant. We can't forget that tonight.
oh god, yeah.
The Pogostemon stellatus octopus.
Cannot forget.
Yeah. Dean H. Hey, Corey. Did you have a chance to speak about the Dutch auction, Great Painting, and Priscilla? I have not. That's good. Good thinking. Someone hand me that painting. So there's a Dutch auction going on right now on the website. Yes,
You want me to hold it?
Yep, right in front of your face. Don't let them see you.
Okay.
So this painting right here was made by one of, I guess, a YouTuber, Instagram, an artist, Priscilla. You've seen her in the chat a million times. All the money raised from the selling of this painting slash drawing, waterwork, whatever it is, goes to the Amazon Research Center. And it starts at $1,200. And if your wallet is deep enough and you like this, you should buy it instantly. But every day, it's going to go down in price. And eventually, someone's going to buy it, or What's up?
How much does it go down a day?
I can't tell you. It's different amounts every
I didn't
day.
know it was
Yeah.
secret. I've never done a Dutch auction.
So it's gonna go down every day. You don't know how much. We can't let you know. Like if I wait one more day, it's gonna go down by 32% or whatever it is. But it's gonna go down every day, and eventually someone's gonna buy it, or I'm gonna buy it. And this is one of the few items I will ever ship internationally. So I will pay to do that, and all the proceeds go to the Amazon Research Center, which I think is a cool thing that I'm enjoying being a part of, and I think you guys will too. And we also have a few other things, so maybe you don't want to drop $1,200 on a piece of artwork, which, not everyone can do that. I can't even do that. But there's also the Miermo moss balls. We're doing the same thing with that's going to be a Dutch auction. There's more than just one. There's only one of these. This is original. There's not a print, anything like that. But there's more than one moss ball. I'm not going to tell you how many, so you better buy them based at the level you want to buy them. And stuff like that. And it already says, we're not combining and stuff like that. So if you order 5 and then tomorrow you realize it got 22 cents cheaper and you want to combine it with a different shipment, the whole goal is to offer some things at a discount and have some fun and test out this software. For all I know, it's going to work horribly. We don't know. So yeah, that's the work by Priscilla. Great work. I hope that someone buys it at $1,200 because that would be awesome. Secretly, though, I want it to go lower because I want to buy it. But I do want that price. That would be amazing. And, it'll be confirmed and all that. And we'll prove it. And we'll send it out for you. So check out that listing. And you can see your artwork on Facebook and stuff like that. And we'll get a few more links up. I know just before we went live, she sent me her Instagram and stuff like that. So thank you to Priscilla for donating that. And there's another gentleman who my mind has forgotten his username. But he's making a piece of artwork as we speak to also do the same thing, and hopefully we can just do something like this and really make a goal happen on the GoFundMe. He's only raising $10,000. He's about $3,000 of the way there. I think we can come up with that last $7,000. And if any of my mods want to chase that link down, and I could probably do it. I can put it in here because it's in the auction description. But I'm bad, and I didn't make it a hyperlink in the description. I'll fix that after the stream. And there we go. Well, thank you, Dean. That $5 there was great because it reminded me, and I almost forgot. So, all right, you can show your face again. I'll allow it. Thank you, Mike. You're gonna buy that, right?
I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Let's see here. So Anonymous said, "Sorry, just checked my email. I noticed that it failed. Well, good. I'll try and take a look at that later tonight, Anonymous. I got stuff to wrap up with all these guys after the live stream. You know how that goes, but I'll try to get to it as soon as I can." Let's see here. Hey guys, love the videos. Would it be possible to keep bamboo shrimp with angelfish, red-tailed sharks, and rainbow fish in a 75? I feel like I'm defaulting to Bob on this question.
Yeah, I feel like your red-tailed sharks are going to get them when they molt.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they molt, your red-tailed sharks are going to be all over them.
It's going to be pretty hectic. I mean, it could be done with, intense cover, but,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things just because it can be done, maybe we shouldn't do it. But that's, I don't want to judge what you want to do, but I'm thinking, yeah. Let's see here. Michael says, "Howdy, hombres. What's swimming on your side?" I did get your message, Michael, about, I don't remember what the fancy term is, but needing help with moving that stand in. If I get close enough and I need crazy smart people help, I will call you. But I did get that message, so.
I told him too. He left a comment on my video.
Yeah. It's just, you guys wouldn't know it. I'm gonna do that on a vlog someday. Where I'm gonna come in like on a Monday morning, and there's like 40 post-it notes, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start deciphering through these. So it's a little much, but I try to get to it, and it triggers in my mind. I see it, and I go, oh yeah, I didn't get back to that guy. So Michael's Fish Room's hanging out. He's here. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out. What's up? Yeah, he's at. That's all he's got. He's at.
Here.
I'm at it.
I gotta say, hey Nate, what's going on? Thanks for watching the stream. He's one of your fans, dude.
There you go. Yeah.
He's watching.
Cool. We gotta get that selfie for him.
I know. Yeah. We'll get you your selfie, Nate. Don't worry.
Mike is having too much fun from LG3 Nation. Are you having fun?
I'm having.
Are you ever gonna come back?
I'm never coming back.
Yeah, I knew it. He's putting on the show. He's like, I gotta get out of here.
I'm having a great time, man.
Yeah.
How could you not have fun?
So John Southard says, hey Corey, I have a quarantine tank question. I follow your advice and dose once with General Cure and erythromycin. Do I also just dose once for the ick, even though the bottle says to dose daily? So I personally only put those 3 meds in right at the beginning, and I observe the fish. If they have an active infection on any of those things, so like, let's say a bacterial infection, or ick, or I really know they've got bad tapeworms, I would follow the directions and hammer that out for like the week of medications they want you to use. But as a general rule, I start with those 3 meds and try to just fight off the first signs of illness, because usually shipping fish or anything like that causes that stress. So, don't leave us hanging. What does low oxygen do when it comes to the nitrogen reducers you were talking about?
Well, it does a lot of things. So I was looking at how gene expression was altered as a result. So, but I mean, in general,
what about like explain it so I can understand?
Yeah. So I mean, in general, when oxygen is limiting, it depends on how many bacteria are there. Like it's not like a cut and dry. This is what happens. But if I were to try and do that, if oxygen is limiting the growth of these organisms, they don't grow as much, so their density is lower, and they have a reduced ability to handle ammonia and nitrite. The interesting thing that we found, though, was that, this is something that was already known for a long time. Nitrite oxidizers need more oxygen to do their job, because nitrite oxidation requires more energy, or it doesn't yield as much energy as ammonia oxidation. So these are 2 separate organisms that hang out together. The nitrite oxidizers sort of are a little bit more sensitive. They need more help, I guess you'd say, to do their job. And so we wanted to look and see specifically what genes were affected by having that low oxygen environment. So low O2 in your tank, if you're not adding air, you have a ton of fish, you have a ton of ammonia that needs to be processed, you can run into having nitrite problems more than ammonia problems because of that. So I don't know. I can get really long-winded when I talk about this stuff. But,
hey, man. That's a good question. Is this artwork signed? Yes, it is. It is signed, and she does have a YouTube channel, and she is awesome. I've seen all these comments. I'm just hitting those keynotes here. And, the good thing is, not only will you help the Amazon Research Center, you're going to make Priscilla probably feel awesome. Like, if you bought it at $1,200, she's going to be through the moon going, wow, great. And we're going to get a good cause going. And then it really forces me to go to Peru and then make some cool videos for you guys. So, I'm hoping someone out there is just like, yes, I want some, crazy cool artwork. So, Mike is being the let's make a deal model. You were Vanna Whiting that really well. So, let's see. Jimmy H says a lot of people in here. Wow. Well, of course we got the superstars. When it's little old me,
what are we at now, anyway?
Let me see here. Oh, I've missed some. I missed a super chat. I'm gonna get to that. I apologize, Nina. 1 sec here. I got too many windows up. I'm going crazy. We're at 771 still. I feel like my grandmother's not watching. I'm gonna have to talk to her after the live stream. Grandma, if you're here, let me know. But let's get back to the one I missed, which was Nina. What do you do if the power goes out for a tank? What's your battle plan, Steen?
I don't do anything until it probably hits like 12 hours.
What's your battle plan at 12 hours? Cry?
No. Air pumps, battery operated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any actual plan?
I pray that it comes back on. I luckily haven't had to deal with a power outage that's longer than like 4 hours, and in that case, I mean, you really just have to worry about temperature. But even then, it's like it's not. I don't think it's that huge of a deal.
So I've definitely got a video on what you can do. I own 3 generators. I've got one for the store, one for the fish room, and a backup / one for the house. Because in a worst case scenario, I will like not have any power in the house, and I will keep the fish room alive and my store alive if like one of the generators went down or something like that. And a lot of people forget this one. I gotta have a lot of gas because like what if power's out for like 4 days and you're like, well, I had 3 gallons. Like that doesn't do a whole lot. So you really gotta stock up on some gas too. But that's my game plan. If I only had a few tanks, I'd go like Bob, and I would have air pumps. And you don't have to have one air pump, battery-powered air pump for each tank. You can move them around every few hours and stuff like that. Yeah.
I have 3 of them, and I just transfer them every
Yep. You can bounce them around. So thank you for the super chat, Nina. Let's see here. Simulating the rainy season with water changes and jacking up the temperature to the lower 80s can stimulate spawnings. I concur. What size sponge intake for the Fluval FX6 sponge do I recommend? I recommend the large intake. It's a little bit too big of a hole for the once you take the strainer off, so you got to put like a grommet on it. And I use like a little piece of vinyl tubing. You get that over the hole or the pipe, and then you put it over it, and it'll hug it real well. And I'm gonna do a video on that. It's actually on my video list to do here relatively soon. Because I'm explaining this a lot, and I think once you guys see the video, you'll be like, oh, I totally get it. That's going to work awesome. Bob, this is for you, Bob. Have you considered Cares fish in the 240-gallon tank, maybe one of the rainbows?
I've considered rainbows, not specifically Cares species, but I know like the Bosemani is a Cares species. So, I mean, I'm doing rainbows, but I don't know which ones yet. And I'm not picking them specifically whether they're Cares or not.
Okay. So Kyle Vergata is the one who's doing the other painting. So he's here in the chat. That's awesome. And now I can hopefully start associating my mind with that. I forget. There's a lot of names I'm trying to remember. Maggie S. says, Aquapros, did you take a limnology class?
Limnology class? That was her favorite. No, I took a microbial ecology class. Is probably the closest thing to that. So... we learned about water stratification and things like that, but nothing that specific.
Another question for Mike. In your research, did you find that most species of NOBs
Yeah, nitrite oxidizing bacteria, yeah.
reproduce slower than AOBs?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Boom!
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I know what he's talking about.
They have a longer generation time. They don't produce as much energy.
Corey, do you own any bichers? I don't currently. I have in the past, though, and I do like them. So, Jenna Tucker says, what is Mike's channel name? Well, what is it, Mike?
Aquapros!
Yeah, Aquapros.
Should be a link to it somewhere. Right?
One of my mods can make that happen, but I can make it happen afterwards as well. So,
that's all good.
Yeah. Let's see here. That's a good point, Priscilla. If you can't afford to buy the painting, please consider donating to the cause anyway. That's a good point. You know, it's not an all or nothing thing. If you only got $3 laying around and you're going to skip a taco tomorrow, you know, that's a good thing. We got to figure out some kind of tacos for, like, what's a fish that starts with T from Amazon? It's got to be there. We can think of it. Tacos. You know, I'm thinking tacos for tots, but tacos yeah, we can figure that out, I bet. Ooh. I lost that question. Oh, here it is. Ask the microbiologist, so Bob, his opinion on cyanobacteria toxins and fish eating cyanobacteria.
Oh man, I feel like I don't know enough about cyanobacteria toxin. I don't think you should worry about it like in your aquarium. I mean, cyanobacteria blooms are associated with, you know, the toxic shock that it can, you know, like the toxic shock syndrome is what I'm trying to think of. You know, dogs jumping in bloom waters, but yeah. I don't think it's something that you could, you know, you're not going to get enough, I don't think, to make it happen, but it's tough. Good question, though.
Any chance I'll see any of you guys at MACNA in New Orleans? I don't even know when it is.
Should we go?
I don't ever
Should
plan
we go?
on
Let's
going.
decide right now.
I'll never go to New Orleans.
I'm a freshwater guy, so it's not really a
Dang.
freshwater event. So yeah. It was over 820 a short time ago. Is that true? Did that actually happen? Let me scroll down. Let me see.
820.
Did we get 820 grandmothers at the same time in here?
There's no-
We got to 829.
Oh.
Whoa!
What's your record?
808 was the record.
Oh,
it's
now we gotta
829. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Booyah.
Notification bell, man.
Yes, you gotta grind it one notification bell at a time. That's what I like. Uh-oh. Jake Keel says, I'm sorry, Steenfott. Corey will always be my fish daddy.
Wow.
Oof.
I don't think anyone's gonna question that. I don't want to be anyone's daddy.
All right, fair.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Let's see. Corey, I need double suction cup tank divider wall holders at your shop again. They're 2 rooms down in a box. I will bring them back when I can remember. So realize my garage is filled. You guys have seen it, like my bed. I've got furniture stacked up. It's not exactly easy to get to, but I'll try. And don't ask me like on like Wednesday. Like when I say I try, give me a few weeks. Like I am the worst at that. So Alvaro.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Tacos for tetraodontitis.
Tacos for Tetra.
How did we not?
Oh
How did
man.
we not, like, instantly know that?
I'm gonna start hashtagging that. I'm making that a thing. We're doing tacos for Tetras. Yes.
Tacos for Tetras.
God.
I'll get behind that.
How
I'll get behind that for sure.
the microbiologist didn't come with. We all had big Steen smarts.
Well, you know.
Or did you read that in the chat?
He read that on chat.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone in here is a genius.
Oh, God.
Not in this room. We're not. Oh man. All right, we got a $5 super chat from
Ew.
Tazwana Tanks, which has a YouTube channel. I met him in person, and he I was gonna say threatened. He did not threaten me. He offered to take me around San Francisco when I'm back in August. So you 3 are keeping me company while I fiddle around in the fish room. Keep the frequent live chats coming. See you in SF. I will see you, and yeah, I want to come visit that fish room. That sounds awesome. I'm down. So Alvaro says, can I buy scuds off you, Corey? I can't find anyone who sells them, and I saw your video on them. If you can't sell them, let me know how to contact you. If you can sell them. Well, I don't think I have any. I think they died off. I haven't seen any, but they might bloom or something like that, but I'm not seeing any at all. And so I need to get another source. And I know another local hobbyist said he had some. So if that hobbyist was you, I would like some, please, because I don't think mine made it. So that I want to get him going. I got Daphnia going, barely. Like pretty soon I can give some people some starts and stuff like that. But right now it's barely hanging on. Yes, let's hashtag that up. Tacos for Tetras. I love it. Tacos for tilapia. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
No love for tilapia.
No love for Bob. When Bob doesn't
Bob's
look,
like,
when Bob
no,
doesn't look at me and
no.
smile, I know it's just bad.
No.
We'll see you later. Danny's Aquarium's got a YouTube channel. He's been hanging out. I appreciate it. It's super duper late for him. Have I ever encountered, or have you ever encountered Camelinus redworms? I definitely have. You guys run into it?
Not yet.
I don't think. No.
Consider yourself lucky. It's a real pain to get rid of. You got to use Levamisol.
Ooh.
This is an important question. Bob, if pie was the only food ever, which pie would you eat first? So,
Meat pie.
all right. Fair enough. Like Rapashi meat pie?
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. Corey, my 2-year-old Annie, so hello Annie, saw the live stream showing, yelled hi to you, and ran for one of our tanks asking if you could see her favorite fish.
Oh.
So I want you to do this, Amy. I want you to send me a message on Facebook, and then I can do a quick little video reply and talk to Annie. If you want to. I mean, that's kind of weird, too. Sometimes parents are like, no, I don't want that to happen. But if you send me a message, I'll do a personal thing for you. Let's see here.
Tacos for Tetras.
Mike, why did you choose to change your channel name?
I felt like it was time. I mean, when I started the channel, I did a lot more do-it-yourself stuff, and if you're following the channel, you know that I don't really do that much of it anymore. I'm focusing on, just building tanks and doing other stuff. So I didn't want to brand myself too much with that. So.
Yeah. Do all black Corys breed true? As far as I know, they breed true, but they look brown when they grow up. Have you kept them? Are you
so
keeping them?
the little bit of research I've done is they're basically like the Venezuela koi, and there's like 1,000 different colors. So I would say probably not. But...
The ones I always played with, as they got to full adult, were more brown than they were black. Younger, definitely they were black, yeah. Let's see. Lumpy Dog, which has the best name ever. I wish that was my channel name. I love Murphy. I want to put the same type of puffer in my 20 long with Oscars and koi. Any tips? I'd probably add like an arowana and an arapaima in there. What are you guys going to put in a 20 gallon?
Don't forget the common pleco.
Common pleco. What are you going to add to that?
Oh my god, that was my pick, man.
What are you going to add?
Oh
Yeah.
god. A big turtle. I'm
Cherry.
gonna take
There
pineapple.
you go. Okay.
Cherry
Okay.
shrimp, pineapple
Yep.
with me.
Cherry shrimp.
Yeah.
And for all of you that don't know, obviously we're joking there, and he's poking fun, we're poking fun. We would never actually recommend that. Well, to be fair, it is a 20 long. It's not a 20 high, it's 20 long. So he's got a little bit going for him, but yeah. Let's see. We on deck. What's up, Corey, Bob, and the whole fish fam? That's right, hanging out together, guys. Ooh, Fish in the Corner started a mini pond today. Right on.
Nice.
Green Thumb Aquarium says, what is the best way to keep the bacteria in a canister alive if there's no flow? Example, a power outage. Empty the water, but keep moist with access to air. Put an air stone in when it's full of water.
Just don't move it. Don't do anything to it.
That's your move?
If it's in a canister filter, because there's not really much you could. I mean, it depends how long. I think the organisms in there are going to be fine for more than a few hours with what they have.
So in your research, well, I guess you didn't do anything with like actual canister filters, but like, how long if you cut off an oxygen supply would stuff like suffocate out?
I mean, it was quick.
Like,
It
what does that
quick.
mean? Does that mean like 4 minutes or like 4 hours?
I mean, like it depends, because when we grew them in bioreactors, so they were continuous flow systems, like a 2-liter thing.
Okay.
Sort of like if a canister filter was see-through, and
Yeah.
it was very much like a filter
Okay.
with just nothing in it.
Okay.
So just the
That's
organisms.
that's like real life enough scenario.
So if we were to cut the air supply completely, that would be an event that could kill everything in it.
Mhm.
But that was also because things are capable of flowing in and out. Typically in our filters, things are staying in there. You're not having a ton of bacteria come in and out. So, I mean, a few hours might not be a big problem. It might not be enough to decimate everything in your filter. So, I mean, it's tough to really give like a complete answer to that. So, based on that, I would just say leave things the way they are. Don't be moving a bunch of stuff too much. It's tough with a canister.
All right. That sounded scientific enough to be true. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
all.
It's a tough thing. I wouldn't do anything.
There's no fish clubs around where I live. Where do I reach out to nerd out and plug into the social scene? I feel like right now, YouTube live chats with all the fish nerds, the fish fam, that's where the fish fam, #fishfam got started, is I think most people are in the same situation you are, and we all just hang out, and we go hang out in people's live streams, we chat. You know, we might be doing work in the background or cooking dinner or whatever it is. There's Facebook groups too. Like Bob's got a Facebook group going on, Steenfott Aquatics. Is that what it's
That's
under?
it. I'm just approving some members right now.
Yep. Then there's like Tank Talk and things like that. And but a lot of people hang out in the chat, you know. So that's what I recommend if you don't have a local scene going on already.
Just approved 7 more members.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I get in?
Nope.
Yeah. Jay says, can I use erythromycin and general cure, etc., to kill disease and bacteria in a turtle tank that has no fish? I'm real leery about recommending that because I know that not all meds sit well with turtles, so I don't even want to really weigh in on that. I would do these guesses, and these are complete guesses. I would guess erythromycin will be okay. I have no idea about general cure. Those are my guesses because I just know erythromycin's used in like humans, chickens, cats, dogs, birds, like a lot of things. And with general cure, I have no idea. So that's the best guesses I have. Let's see here. Tori Cook says, hey, at Aquarium Co-op, thanks for following me on Instagram. Means a lot to have someone so into the hobby following me. Might not be a big deal, but it made my day. We are on Instagram. I did a little live story right before we went live. You're on Instagram, right? What are you?
Mm-hmm. DIY Aquapros.
DIY Aquapros.
Are you still DIY on Instagram?
Yeah.
So you still do does he still do projects and stuff?
That's right.
On Instagram?
all his projects.
I only put him on Instagram.
Yep. And then what do you got on Instagram?
Steenfott Aquatics.
Steenfott Aquatics. All right. Let's see. Hey Corey, can you feed freeze-dried bloodworms to cichlid fry? Yeah, I would say so. You don't want to do it to like too much Mabuna and stuff. Like you don't want to overdo it, but yeah. Let's see. Why don't you have saltwater tanks? So truth be told, I'm lazy. That's step number 1. I'm lazy. Step number 2, I hate things being on my skin. So like the salt water, like even though I wipe it off with a towel, I gotta go wash my arms. I don't like it. And then step number 3, it's much harder for me to set up a lot of saltwater tanks and auto water change and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see. Why do you guys never talk about Oscars and you never order them either? So I can say why I don't order them is like we just don't sell them because they would eat most of the fish I sell. I focus on planted aquariums. But why do we never talk about Oscars? I think, if I had to guess, because none of us own an Oscar.
I've never owned one.
I guess to sum it up, we're plant nerds. Yeah, and
I'm a plant nerd.
you know, I mean, I know a lot of Oscars. I've kept wild caught Oscars. I've done stuff in the past, but I just don't have any current tanks where that's what I'm doing. And I might in the future, and rest assured, I will talk a ton about those Oscars because I got no problem talking. That's for dang sure. Like, you're going to analyze this when you go home. You're like, so I sat there for 2 hours, and I spoke for 1 minute and 14 seconds because Corey wouldn't shut his yap.
I mean, that's okay.
We got a super chat. From Melody. Klassen says, hey guys, I have 2 male bettas in their own 5-gallon tanks. What are your thoughts about removing their filters? I have tried most of the low flow filters and they are all just too much. Thank you. What do you got?
I use the smallest sponge filter you can find in my small betta tank.
Do you amp down the flow or anything?
Oh
or?
yeah, it's like 1 bubble a minute.
Okay.
Not enough to do anything, but it makes me feel good.
That's a very valid thing, by the way. Feeling good and being able to sleep at night, that's a valid thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have that little filter that I put in my girlfriend's tank that I made for her, and it was too much in the 2.5, but after I put the little sponge over it, it was good. And like, I mean, it has a super low capacity. It's a lot smaller than a sponge, so it's like, it's something.
So for me, I waited to go last, so that way I could steal all your answers. But removing the filters, I think you can, so long as you're using a different type of filter. So either A, you're going to use plants as your filter, and they're going to consume waste, or B, you're going to be the filter. You're going to change water according to what you're testing. So it can be done. I think it comes down to the workload and how good you are at growing plants. If you're really good at growing plants, it's going to be easy mode. If you're not good at growing plants and you don't like doing work, you better find a filter that'll, at least be slow flow in there for you. We got another super chat from Joel Hernandez. Heyo. Any mid-level swimming fish that can go with large goldfish. I know some loaches will be fine, but I'm not interested in them. Also subscribe to Mike today. Love his videos. That's what we're talking about.
Buddy.
Doesn't like me, but
Doesn't like Bob.
Yeah. I mean, he ran out of characters, but he would have said, "But I don't like Bob." No, we know you're joking. We know.
Mid-level swimming fish.
So I've seen people do like rummy nose tetras and that kind of stuff. And I know people are going, "That's insane," and yet it can work. Like white clouds, realize they're just at risk of being swallowed. Because I think most of the big enough fish that can't be swallowed can also pick on the goldfish.
I mean, would a rainbow pick on a goldfish?
I think so, yeah.
You think?
Well, it could. I'm not going to say...
What kind of goldfish?
Yeah, it's true.
With a
if it's just a comet, like if it's a fancy, that's an entirely different story than normal goldfish. But if I was going to try something, I would probably try, like, zebra danios maybe. What would I try? I wanted something that can go a little bit cooler water. No, that's not gonna work. What could work? There's got to be something. There's got to be something in this pea brain of mine that will fit this. Come on.
I've never kept goldfish.
Yeah, it's hard though. It's really hard. if they're not illegal for you, because they're illegal in my state, rosy red minnows. I would try that. I haven't kept them though, but I just know they can go cold water. I would try that. That's my, and maybe I bet you could do like the rainbow shiner. Those things are super docile. I kept them with goldfish for like 6 months, no, like a year. So yeah, albino or not, my brain is literally about to explode. If it explodes, that's gonna be bad. Rainbow shiners. They're a native in America here, so you can get them in Alabama. They can go pretty cold. I think that'd be a good choice. That's what I would try. Whoa. Like, my brain is fried. I've been filming a lot, just if you guys can't tell. All right, let's see. Already subscribed to you, Bob, and a Fancy. All right. So, yeah, the Fancies, they're a little bit more susceptible. So, with the Fancies, I would try, like, rummy nose tetras and stuff, or white clouds, because they're going to be real waddly and slow to get to those. But they're going to be hunting. Oh, my God. Is my wife... So I heard LOL Dorcula. Is she telling the story of when I put tetras with goldfish? One time I, very early in my career, inadvertently bought 100 neon tetras and tried to get them to live with my fancy goldfish. The next morning there was like 4 left.
Nice.
And this is the classic scenario of my wife going, I don't think that's a good idea. Don't you think you should only get like 20 and see how it goes? And it was like the sale was only that day. And I'm like, no. It'll be fine. And I literally fed the goldfish $96 the first night.
Yeah.
And I'll never live it down. So if she wasn't telling that story in chat, now you get to laugh at me together. So now she says LOL ridiculous. I'm pretty sure. Oh, she said she didn't even tell the story. So I told her myself. For no reason. Oh, no.
You just incriminated yourself, man.
Corey, could you talk a bit about Eric Bodrock's method for spawning fish with terrestrial moss? Yeah. So, what that is this is weird. This is the guy. Yeah, there we go. Dean got it. Dean's on it. But basically, you take that moss you find outside, and it's a living thing. You put it underwater, and it starts to rot, and basically bacteria is going to consume it. It's going to cause the water to bloom, and all that infusoria that's going to work, that's the perfect fry food for some of these infusoria eaters. So that's the method. Take like something that's kind of organic, let it rot, blooms, we eat that, good times. So, Professor XTO says, are you guys going to the Chicago Aquatic Experience? I have bought my ticket and hotel. Bob, we're both down.
You guys gotta convince me to go.
Convince you to go.
I mean, no, you don't need it.
You didn't hear we're going.
I was trying to
right?
say, yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
What he's saying is,
should I go? I don't know. Should I go?
He wants someone to ask him to go. It's like he wants someone to ask him out on a date.
I don't want to invite myself.
Which which person here in chat will buy him a taco if he goes? I want to know.
You don't even have to buy me anything, man.
No, a taco. We want a dinner date with Mike. That's what we want.
Oh man,
let's auction it off.
I'll pay for a date.
We're auctioning him off for how many tacos will you donate to Tacos for Tetras for a date with? We're gonna have to get your girlfriend to outbid.
Can you put that? Can you put that on the website?
That's going. Yep, we're gonna Dutch auction for a dinner with you.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Love it.
All right. Let's get to some stuff here.
Master might go. You can stay with Corey. Our room's full.
Our room has already got someone on the couch. Yeah.
And we don't even know if we're going to let him do that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
He's there.
He can sleep on the floor. I don't know about the couch.
Any good aquarium stores in Colorado? I'm trying to think. I was in Colorado. Did I find any that I was in love with? The problem is I can't remember their names. Did I go to any... I can't remember any of their names, so it's not going to help you. So if I said, like, oh, one of them was good, it doesn't help you. So, Jacqueline, she's got a taco for you.
There's a taco.
Yep.
And Jack will buy you a beer.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Twofer.
I'm in.
We got a $5 super chat from Kyle's Wild World.
Kyle.
I'll buy Mike a taco.
Thanks, Kyle.
There you go, buddy.
Appreciate you, man.
Ooh, I better make sure I wasn't missing other super chats. I apologize. I did miss one. WTF1A1A with $2 says, what meds would you use on a crayfish in quarantine?
Ooh.
I would use praziquantel. You got
Whoa.
anything?
I got nothing.
Well, we
Whoa.
can't really keep crayfish, but you
Yeah.
can down in your land.
Yeah, I mean, well, I couldn't keep mine long enough to.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
you should. Maybe you should have quarantined them.
Yeah, probably.
Flynn's Fish Forum says, Mike, how did your girlfriend react to Jeff's tank changes? Jeff is a betta, by the way.
Well, I still have Jeff. She's seen it, and she hasn't dumped me yet. So I'd take that as
So
a win.
better than last week, then.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. You're gone 7 days and you haven't been dumped, so you're doing
Yeah,
good.
We're doing all right.
Yeah. Can I feed a pea puffer bladder snails as their main food? If you got an army of bladder snails, I don't see why not. Yeah. What's your best food for stir-by, Corey's?
Blackworms.
Okay. What do you got?
I use
Or Rapashi.
sinking pellets. I don't
All
stick to.
I'd go
brand.
Rapashi. If we're picking best, I'm picking Rapashi. Can I keep a jaguar sticker with clown loaches and gold severums? I don't think that's gonna end so well. I mean, maybe, but the clown loaches and gold severum, sure. That jaguar cichlid, they got some attitude on them. Woo, woo. Yeah.
The comment above that.
Let's see here. Dorcula's instincts trumps Corey's experience. It's true. I mean, you got to realize this is like a skewed thing, right? Because I always bring up, and she will bring up all the time she is right. We don't spend a lot of time bringing up when she's wrong, because I'd like to be able to sleep in my own house. So, there's some stuff there. Super chat from my wife. I'll buy you a Chihuahua dog. Ask Corey. Do you know, you guys, your taco times don't have that, but we have the Northwest Chihuahua dog. So we went,
I thought she was
we
actually
ate.
talking about a dog.
No, we
Yeah, me
ate at
too.
Taco Time earlier today. They have a burrito that's deep fried that has a foot-long hot dog in it and cheese.
Is it made out of chihuahuas?
Yeah. I mean, it's a foot-long Chihuahua dog. It is the greasiest, heart-stopping thing you've ever eaten,
Oh
and
my
also
God.
heaven. So
That's
Sounds
sweet.
horrible.
That
it's also like
sounds good.
$173. So she's willing to buy a lot, apparently. She said, "I'm rarely wrong. Just admit it." I don't know if I can admit it, but depends on what my last stupid idea is. I will say, I have a plumber two doors away in this building, who walked into the fish room and said, "How are you gonna fit that sink where it needs to go?" And I go, "Yeah, my wife already brought that up. I didn't think that far ahead." He did say it was an amazing deal, though, so I did get the amazing deal. Here we go. Thomas says $3.38 super chat. 2 crunchy taco supremes at Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking out for you.
I guess
Yeah.
you're going.
Yep,
I have to go now.
yep. Bob, say something.
I just did.
Nope. That's from
Okay. Something.
oh, he did it. The
Ooh.
jokester. Where's the taco hat? It's over here. I wore it all day yesterday and it got so sweaty. No, it's not actually. But if I wear it, there's like, now it's only me on the live stream, right? Like, it's like, yeah, it's shading
You gotta go
everything out. Like,
sideways.
let's see here. Ooh, this is a good burn. Aquapro. I know you're a molecular biologist, but have you really put that to use?
No.
I.e., you have to know how, but is it so much work? Do you really put your knowledge to use? Hashtag smart people.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I've only been out of school for like a year, not even a year. So, give me some time.
Yeah.
Just give me some time. I'm trying to do something that I like to do until I have to do something that I don't really like to do that much.
Corey, have you ever used Ted's most excellent Rapashi food? I've never tried Ted Judy's exact blend. Have you guys?
Nope.
No, I've never got a hold of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's good, but I haven't ever tasted it myself. Super chat from Kyle's Fish Room. We're just going to read it because it's $2. You got it, right? Big spoon or little spoon, Mike? Just kidding. You're the man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Oh, jeez. The thing you'll do for $2 on the internet.
Depends if I get that couch spot or not, guys.
Oh, here's an easier $2. Alan says, thank you guys for doing what y'all do. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
I appreciate
I just sit
that.
here and be silent.
Yeah.
I'll take thanks all day.
I mean, you got the fans screaming, Bob, say something. So, yeah. Bob, who is funnier, Corey or Mike? Do you ever want to be on this channel again?
I feel like they both have their moments.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I concur, as the oddball fish keeper
That's
says.
a politically correct answer.
I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you guys do. Does dirt affect TDS? He's looking into getting crystal shrimp. I would assume it would, but I've never had a TDS meter when I was playing with dirted tanks.
Yeah, I don't know for sure if it would or not.
You just set up a dirted tank.
I don't think.
Do you have a TDS meter?
Yeah, but I haven't bothered to test it yet.
So test it, and then you live stream tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So tomorrow, go to Bob's channel, his live stream, ask him,
I'm gonna say
and hopefully he'll remember to do it tonight.
Now I have to do
Otherwise,
something?
I'm gonna say it doesn't.
otherwise, come back on Thursday and really make him feel bad for not testing that day.
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. It's just like me. I know, but yeah. So. Oh no! You guys should do a roasting competition right
That's
here,
been
right
all
now.
weekend.
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty much what we've been
happening.
doing. Yeah. Let's see. Hey Corey, I bought your Easy Green. I've been using it, and I noticed my nitrates are now way high, 160 part per million plus. Could it be from the Easy Green? It definitely could. If you're dosing it and your plants are not consuming it, it's only building up. So you want to dose based on how much your plants are consuming, and it's a guideline, not a rule. So let's say you had a 75-gallon tank, you're putting 7 pumps in there, and your tank only eats 2 of them. Every week, you're going to go up by a lot. So you need to dial it in and figure out where your nitrate problem is. If you have a huge fish load, maybe that's the problem as well. Like, we don't know exactly what the problem is, but definitely I would be tailoring that amount of fertilizer to roughly how it's being consumed. So either add more plants or dial it back a bit. Let's see. How did you like Colorado water for fish keeping? It's very close to mine, actually. So Greg Sage, that's how I found him originally, is his water was close to mine. I was keeping live bearers, so it worked out well for me. Corey, you should make a TV show. I am. I'm targeting all the elderly every Sunday night. You know, my plan would be a little bit better had I not waited so late. Like, I think
Did you just call everyone old?
No. I said no. I said my target market. I'm trying to get grandpas and grandmas. I never thought they're already asleep. Like 4 p.m. they're done. They eat dinner at 2. So
That's my schedule.
M Havoc says Mike is hot.
Hey, not as hot as Bob.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Alrighty. What do we got going on here? What are some fish you guys would like to see for sale at chain pet stores that they don't normally carry? That's a question I've never been asked. I like that question. I want everyone to pick what they think the best fish that could be implemented into like PetSmarts and Petco's. So maybe like it'd be good for the beginner or whatever it is. Like, what do you think would be a good thing for them to be like, why do you carry all this crazy stuff and not this?
So I don't spend much time in there, but I've never seen white cloud minnows in a PetSmart. And I don't really go to Petco, so I don't know.
Okay.
So I would say white cloud minnows.
Trying to think of what they carry, and then what I'm like, oh man, they should really carry this because it's a great fish for most people.
I'd want to. I mean, they carry. You know, I'm thinking Petco. Like, when was the last? I had to go to. I was in Petco recently for the $1 per gallon sale, obviously. So, you know, but I think, you know, all Petcos are different. Mine, I would like to see more rainbows besides Australian rainbows. Mine always has a ton of Australian rainbows, which kind of, I mean, are whatever. So if they had more Bosemani's and turquoise rainbows, I think rainbows are a great beginner fish. You know, as long as you have a 4-foot tank. But
I don't even know. I'm not 100% sure if they carry it or not. Maybe you guys know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say dojo loaches.
Whoa.
Do they carry them?
I've
I
never
don't
seen
think
them.
I've ever seen one, but I think that's a fun fish, relatively cheap. They should be able to keep it alive. It can go both cold and warm. I'm picking, you know, you heard that corporate Petco and PetSmart. If you don't already have it, dojo loaches. I'm saying, I think it's a good idea. But I like that question. That question was nice. I liked it. Let's see. Airhawk360 says, well, super chat. Mike, your science videos are awesome. I found you yesterday.
Hey, thanks, man.
Did you find him? I want to
Appreciate
know
you.
this in the chat. Did you find him from one of the live streams? I hope so. Outcast Outdoors says, "Is there any plant that can make carpet without CO2?"
Oh yeah, dwarf sage.
Micro sword.
Micro swords.
I'm going
I hate
with Marsilia minuta.
Ooh. Yeah, I'd go dwarf sage or chain sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say chainsword also.
Chain swords also, yeah. CO2 will make it happen faster though.
Oh yeah, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I do dwarf hair grass without CO2, and it's like the slowest process ever, but it works.
All right. We got 12 minutes left, and then Mike has to drive for like 12 hours. And
I have to go drive the helicopter home.
yep.
29 gal single. Ooh.
Hey-o.
Oh man, this guy says the live stream is interfering with Murder She Wrote schedule.
No, I'm all about Matlock, not Murder She Wrote.
Yeah. Targeting the elderly. Wait a minute, I resemble that remark. Have I caught the new King of DIY video? I haven't yet. I've been filming all day, so I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Ooh, there's a hashtag. Hashtag Silent Bob.
Yeah, no J though.
We have to work on that. Bob looks like a teddy bear.
I am a teddy bear.
Calling it like he sees it. 20-inch Stingray light okay for a 10 low light? That's going to put you like high light. But yeah, it'll work. Awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Corey, I bought some Crips and Anubias from you. Can I leave them in the pot, in the tank, for a while I figure out how to rearrange them? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's always best to get them planted.
I've had some Anubias in a pot for almost 3 months now. And they're like twice the size I bought them.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think they grow faster without it, but they totally can, yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
Lazy, number one factor in my life. Everyone knows that. Let's see. Corey, will you ever sell Marsilia minuta? We have some customers bring it in every once in a while, but I can't buy it commercially at all, so it's unlikely I'll be able to supply it online. Yeah. Unfortunately. Theme song for when you three leave the fish room tonight. Did someone say that, or we need to think of one? I don't know. My Pet Smart has Dojo Loaches too. Oh, well, then I clearly am not stocking PetSmart enough to know that they have Dojo Loaches. Dang it. What are my thoughts on red tails? If it's red tail catfish, I think they're awesome, except I don't want to keep a tank big enough to keep one. That's the problem.
What if they're red tail sharks?
Red tail sharks, I think they're awesome. I actually like them in African.
I don't want to keep a tank big enough.
Yeah. I think they're awesome in African cichlid tanks. I like them there. And Airhawk says, "Yep, I found Mike through Bob's stream yesterday."
Ooh.
Yeah. Whoa.
Really connected on that
I missed out on that one. Tanya wants Bob to smile more.
Aww.
Come on, Bob. Come on. Aww.
I'll smile on demand.
Let's see.
Okay,
I
I'll
love.
smile for
Please notice. I noticed it. What do we got here? How do I get my sponge filter to sing without?
Sink?
Yeah,
Sink.
sink without burying it.
Squeeze it.
Most good ones, yeah, should be weighted and then squeeze the air out of them. They can have a lot of air trapped into it. So, I don't know if there's an innuendo, but Mike, how do you grow such enormous Java fern?
Time.
Time's on your side?
All the Java ferns that I have were purchased at a size of about this, like if you can think of that. But I've given them like 2 years, so that unfortunately.
Yep, that's sometimes you just gotta pay with time. Bob is the live stream king. I don't deny that.
I like it. I like it.
He likes the live streams.
The LSK.
Ooh, Raymundo says, please answer. If I scroll up a little bit and I see your question, which, because you can only ask it once a minute, it's going to be a little hard. Raymundo, I'm looking for... Right here. I'm starting to get into shrimp. Should I start with blue velvet or red cherry shrimp? Let's take a vote. What do you guys vote on?
Red cherry shrimp.
I'd go with the blue, man.
I'm going red. You lose.
Yep, reds would be way easier to sell.
What?
Well, I
The
just
blue
think...
are so cool.
I just think reds are more set and more robust.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got you, Raymundo. I got back to you. I can't always find you, so I give it an attempt. And then,
Well, there's a good suggestion.
what's up?
PetSmart and Petco should stock endlers.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they should. I've seen them. They sell tiger in their males, but not
and
the females.
Pistos, yeah, Pistos too.
Yeah, I can see that. Do they sell crebensis? I think they might every once in a while. Corey, do I ever sell Hygrophila augustifolia, the Will Hygro? If not, any good services you know of? I do in the store. I can't get it all the time, so I don't have it online. If I was looking for a source of it, I would ask Bob, and then I would buy it on Aquabid.
Or the planettank.net or planettank.net.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like one of the forums, yeah. We got 7 minutes left. We're about to start harassing Bob about his pie phobia. But until then...
I'm not afraid of them.
Oh, I think you're afraid of them.
You're definitely afraid of marshmallows.
Okay.
No.
How are you not afraid of them and yet you've never had one? Like what are you of them? If you're not afraid of them,
I don't like them. I'm not afraid.
How do you know you don't like them?
Because I can look at it.
Can
I
you
look
taste
at
them?
you and I'm like, I don't like this
Can you
guy,
taste
and I've never eaten you.
Well, yeah. All right. The Sunless Plane says, "I bet Bob is quiet because he's thinking about pie and Hunger Games."
Only because you guys forced me to.
Yep. Is horizontal black line of coloring running the length of a gold honeygourami male a good thing or a bad thing? I haven't seen any photos that show the stripe that my fish has. I wonder if it's hybridized with the normal like honeygourami. Because the males and females will have the stripe. That's my thinking. I don't know on that one, Maggie. Yeah, I don't know. Do plastic plants leach chemicals into the water? I feel like I always say yes, but that's just me hating on plastic plants. I can't know that they do, but
Let's ask the microbiologist.
Yeah, I've never, I've never heard of it.
I'm
happening.
only calling you microbro now.
Well, okay. I don't know, put it under a microscope and check, man. Maybe you could see some chemicals. No, I don't know. I don't think you can say yes or no to that.
I think it's all based on like the individual type and the plant and the plastic they use,
if they were painted with lead paint, then yes. But
Ooh, we're having a battle: Team Brisket or Team Pie?
How's that a battle?
Yeah,
I'm on
side.
Team Pie. I'm not taking
I don't
Brisket.
know. I kind of feel like I have to be on Team Brisket because.
What?
Well,
Because you gained 1 sub from him yesterday in his live stream, now you're banning him?
Yeah, I owe Bob now.
Oh man! All right, we're battling Team Brisket for Team Pie here. They've got 1 sub, and he's on the. I'm making that he's on the fence. If you subscribe to Aquapro's channel right now, I need to hear about it so that I can get him on Team Pie. Because I don't even like pie that much, but I certainly like it more than brisket.
You like pie more? Well,
I'm actually on Team Cake.
Wait.
I like cake. Cake's amazing.
I like cake,
Yeah.
but I never eat it. But I do like it.
Oh man.
I eat it once a year on my birthday. That's only because someone else brought it to me.
Ooh, better than Micro Bro. It's Micro Pros.
Micro.
You should only do micro aquariums. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I.
How can you tell if dosing iron is needed? Usually you're going to look for a deficiency. Maybe some yellowing, maybe some stunted growth. You can watch my nutrient video and kind of go over it. And yeah. So I want to remind everyone, Sarah Foods are on sale, 15% off. Anyone that's ordering, and all of my employees listening right now, don't forget to put a magnet in with the shipments tonight. If you ordered like from the time the live stream started till now or later tonight, we'll give you a free magnet. There's not a whole lot of them. We do have the Bug Bite Food by Fluval. We've got every size. I don't know if any have sold out yet because I didn't buy an insane amount, but I did buy quite a bit. And don't forget the Dutch auction. It's up on the website. You can start buying moss balls and hopefully the art. And each day, those are going to go down, and then I'm going to try and find a new thing to put on next Sunday, assuming the software doesn't blow up and my entire website dies, so that could happen.
Can they do it as, like, private? Can they buy it and not be known? Like, they don't want... Because a lot of people like to donate anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you don't want anyone to know who bought it, like, obviously I have to know your name and address to send it to you, but I'm not going to give that out. Like, I would ask and maybe be like, oh, sweet, thank you, this person in chat, that's amazing. But no, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not, I'm gonna be like, go to this person's house, this is where they live, here's their credit card number. Like, definitely anonymous unless they think it's okay. Because I would bet you Anthony at the Amazon Research Center would love to know your name and send you a thank you card or something like that, because that's pretty amazing. So, but otherwise, just kind of if no one wants to be recognized, I think I would kind of donate it in like hashtag the fish fam or something, like as a group, So we'll see how that goes. Oh, here we go. Now we got.
Oh, okay.
Here's
Well, that's borderline.
this is here we go. This is our new rap group, Micro Mike and the Big Bory Boys getting a little weird late at night in the live stream, and I love it. Micro Mike,
Whatever, man.
I'll
take it. I'll take it.
He calls it like he sees it.
I'll take it.
Oh no. All right. Well, we got a couple more minutes. What's your least favorite fish? Kissing Grommies.
Buenos Aires tetras.
What do you got, Bob?
I don't have one.
You don't have a least favorite fish. It doesn't say like which one do you want to kill and maim. It's just what one out of all fish in the world do you like the least.
Out of all the ones I've kept, mascara bars.
All right, that's fair. Let's see here. Cake is better than pie. Alhana, you're my new best friend.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Sarah, Onip Tabs Rock. I concur. Let's see here. What do we got? Like, do we have like an impromptu sales pitch? Like, why should someone come check out your channel? Okay, you shouldn't. Bob, why should someone come check out your channel? All right. I think we summed that up. So it's not worth checking these guys out, but maybe if you think they're good guys and they can take a joke and they can hang out, and maybe you'll see them in a bunch of videos coming up on all of our channels.
There's the sales pitch.
Yeah, exactly. You want to subscribe to a couple of fun dudes. We got Mike with Aquapros. Check it out if you haven't already. We got Bob at Steenfott Aquatics. Hopefully they'll come back, help me install the big tank, hang out, and hopefully... Can we fit a fourth? We got room for
Glowfish. Boom, there's my answer.
We
Thank you,
room,
Oddball Fish
we have room for another YouTuber. Maybe we can get 4 or something. We could probably squeeze 5 in here and be
Or
dripping
we
with
could just
sweat.
go in this big empty room over here that's empty now.
Let's not talk crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I have shirts on the wall. There's a reason we're in here. But yeah, we want to get some more YouTubers in here. This is fun. Like, for all the people creating, if you haven't done this yet, it's a good time, and you should hang out. Lars says, $2 super chat. This is the last one. Tankmate recommendations for the Shoaldentai puffer. So what I was keeping at the shop before we sold the last one was the butterfly fish, the African butterfly. I think that's a decent one because they stay up top. What do you got any ideas?
I would say keep super chatting so you can never leave.
Yes. Okay. It's the last question unless someone else super chats because, yeah.
But I've never kept one, so I've never researched it.
Okay.
You said top fish. What about hatchets?
Yeah, I think it would work. Yeah. And I think the butterfly fish could work because you could do like frozen krill and freeze dried krill and stuff like that. So that's why we did it, and it worked well for us. But it was a very limited sample of like a week. So, which at this point we've already sold it. You guys haven't even seen probably that. We've been unboxing those, so you don't even know that yet. But well, you saw it in Bob's video. In Bob's video, you saw we had a ton of puffers. So
last Saturday video.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Well, yeah.
So let's see. There's no more super chats. We can wrap up this bromance, and yeah. So yeah, Aquapros has the hippest DIY from
DIY.
racing. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So micro mini mic. It's just getting worse by the minute.
Oh no, guys, come on.
Smaller and smaller.
Hey, you're breaking me down.
But all right. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. I had a blast. I know we got to do like the send-off ceremony for Mike here because he's got a long drive home. Bob's only got 20 minutes, but we're gonna wrap it up. Leave comments down below. Subscribe at the end of the video and all that. We're gonna put links and do all those things, and hopefully you guys had fun. And next weekend we'll see you again, or at least I will. And I got to pick a topic, so leave comments down below what kind of topic you want. And, yeah, we'll go from there.